Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramagurubhyo Srimad Tirtha Bhagavatpadacharyoभ्यो Namo Namaha Narayana Paripurna Gunarnavaya Visvodaya Stititolaya Niyadiprataya Jnana Prataya Buddha Sura Saukya Dukka Karanaya Vidadaya Namo Namaste Yo Vipralimba Viparitam Adiprabodhan Vadan Rasakatavan Bhuvidatvavadam Sarve Swaro Haririti Pratipatakam Tam Mananda Tirtha Munivaryam Namami Ujjaya Rahavendraya Satyadharmarataye cha Vajatam Kalpavrikshaya Namatam Kamadenuve Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadidamastu ma Vishvidavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Welcome friends, we are again on to the Kathopanishad journey. We have seen up to the mantra number 2.2.9. Basically, what we have seen is how, because of the concept of rebirth, how it has been encapsulated in our scripture, how it has been brought again and again in terms of our elevation, our own growth, and our own attitude, as well as to achieve the purpose of the human life. It has been brought about in 2.2.6 to 2.2.8, it has said, because once you come into this world, finally, because whatever you are doing, finally, they are all going to be the conditionalities, by which, you will be able to either get the ultimate happiness which you are destined for, or you are going to get the redemption, whatever it is there, and that is the no birth, no death status. That is, because without any rebirth, because you will be able to have the bliss. The bliss is not something, because like it is not a happiness, all through, as it has been described and all. It is a status in which, because nothing matters to you, because whether it is the state of happiness or the state of sorrow or the state of indifference, nothing matters to you. You are in a stillness state, where nothing is going to affect you, but you are going to be able to concentrate fully well into whatever you are, in whatever state you are there in. That is very difficult to understand, because we are always been wobbling between either the state of happiness or the state of sorrow or state of quandary or the state of trying to find something to be trying to be after something, because our something is after us, because this is what has been the life been. For us, it is very difficult to think. But what it happens is, because in terms of whatever we have seen, it is says, the state in which you are able to take whatever comes to you and you are able to give out whatever you should. And once you are able to carry the physically, you will be able to carry the weight, if you have the strength. But spiritual strength, it gives you the ability to bear whatever comes to you. So that is the difference, whether you are able to carry the weight and can show your strength, or whether you are able to bear whatever it comes to you without being affected by you. This is the spiritual strength and physical strength. This is going to be described in the following mantras. We will be seeing, and the last mantra what we have seen is 2.2.8, because what is Yeshu Sukteshu Jagrati Kamam Kamam Purusho Nirbimanaha Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma Deva Amurtatvam Uchyate Tasmin Lokaha Shritaha Sarva Dukkha Natyeti Kaschana Etat Vai Tat. This is that. This has been very emphatically said in this particular mantra, which you have seen last week itself. What it says, because when we, because we are, into our pursuit of the desires, as it comes about, we are in a state, we are continuously pursuing, because that is what it is, draws us into the world, and that is what is put us into action. When we are put into action, because when we are able to apply the wisdom which we have gained over a period of time by analyzing what is that we are going to get, what is that we are going to be after, once you know that, you will be selectively be pursuing your action. So when you are doing, because that your reactions will come down and you will only be pursuing what is right for you and what you have fully given your attention to and your focus is there. So once you are able to do that, more you are able to go day by day, as it is a work in progress. Every day, when you get into a state like that, you will be focusing on to the work, which is more required for you, which is more sort of enjoyable for you. What is that enjoyable work? Work is of three kinds. One is a bad work, a indifferent work, or a good work, or the great work? Which one we are after? That we will have to see. We could be doing something, without any attention to that as a matter of fact, because as people are working in various offices, just as a matter, they don't bother, because whether they are able to serve someone who is approaching them, or whether they are able to complete the duty for which they have been appointed, or, because whether they are doing, because sincerely, consciously, are they able to execute their work, they are not bothered. That is a bad work. Neither it is going to give them, anything, nor the other person is going to get any benefit. It is a ripple effect. And then, if it is indifferent work is, you do as a matter of fact, you are getting, because some monthly emoluments, you are getting salary, you are working, you are going, because spending the time 9 to 5 and all. That's all, because nothing, what is the productivity, you will not be able to count on the day, because what you have done productively and all. Neither you are able to gain anything either intellectually, physically, or emotionally, nor anyone else is able to get anything, because that they are supposed to be getting out of the services, which should be rendered by people who have been appointed for that purpose. So the good work is the one, which you think it is good, because you've seen, what are all the good qualities. I am doing the good work. When you are doing the good work, because you will go on doing it aimlessly, direction, whatever is good, because comes about, because someone says it is good, you will be doing it. You will be sincerely doing it. There is no question about it, but as you are going to, because certainly it's going to help you. But then when you are going on doing this, because over a period of time, you will only be doing, because in sort of a non-linear, discontinuous sort of a line, because it's not going to give anything at all, because and when you are doing, I am doing this, so that I have done my duty, because likewise, you get satisfied. What is the effect of that? You might have done the duty. Has someone got the benefit of it? Or yourself has gained anything in terms of knowledge or wisdom? The work may be good and you might have done with all the sincerity. But the great work is the one where you are able to identify, because you are committing yourself, you are trying to put all your attention, focus. It's not only that I am going to get something out of this, and because this is going to have a ripple effect to so many people, and it is going to be shared by so many others as well, and I will also be getting the knowledge and wisdom in how to do it more effectively. And that is the great work. The great work, will not be a linear, because one by one, because it's not, this sort of a chronological order, and it will be a non-linear, it will be a sort of a effective way of doing it, but it all gives the commitment to choose what you are interested and how to focus on those works that comes out of the wisdom you have gained. So only thing, instead of doing so many things, you may have a buffet, but then, because you are not picking up everything in the buffet. So when you pick up wrong things, that is a bad work. When you do something in whatever comes in the way you are taking, that is an indifferent work. In the buffet, you prefer, because only, because what you like here and there, because that you may like it, because it may not be nutritious, it is not required for you, because that will be a good work, but certainly it will not be helping you. But the great work is what you need. You take only that. And whatever limited quantity, if 100 items are spread, you will be taking only 2 to 3 items, which is relevant for you, relevant for your health, and relevant for your nourishment, and relevant for your energy. That is a great work. So this discrimination, which is coming from the intellect, and the intellect, because which is gained through, because the continuous process of the mind, that will only be finally helping you. So this is exactly Esteshu Jagrati Kamam Kamam Purusho Nirmana. You will be doing that type of a work. So otherwise you will be going on doing the work, without having any direction. So when you have the knowledge of it, what is they call, karma is karayati karma. When you are doing it, you will have to do with all the perfection, excellence, you have to bring it. So once you want to bring the excellence, only when you choose the focus, and when you choose to give the attention and focus on that, there only you will be able to get the excellence. If you are going on whatever comes in the way and you are trying to do that, you will only be a flowing water. You will run of the mill and you will not be able to get anything. But then if you have give the attention to the ability to give the attention to do it, that is a great work. So what happens is, because when you are able to do that, and when you are working in this world, because we are supposed to be, because in terms of scripturally, it says, you are sleeping, you are not identified what is the great work. and what is the greatness, for you to achieve, because in this world. So at that point of time, you were sleeping, but your consciousness or the Paramatman or the life force which is in you, he is always awake. In fact, he is awake in so much, he is always giving you the ideas, he is always giving you the flashes of attention. But then, because your mind gets ignored, your mind ignores that. Why it happens? It has been proven scientifically. There are always, because more than 11 million data and 11 million bits of information is pumped, because every moment, because every minute. But, we have got, our mind has got the ability to absorb only 40 bits of information. So 11 million bits, so many things will have to go off, pass off. Only 40 bits will be able to pick up. Which 40 bits you are going to pick up based on what you have developed, what you have sort of taken interest in, what you have found to be important for you. It is like choosing the right dish, one or two dishes, one or two or three dishes in the spread of 100, in the buffet, you will have to focus. That is the great work. It gives you. Otherwise, you will only be everything, everyone will tell everything. Because if you go to the WhatsApp, everyone will tell for the same disease 100 cues. You will not be able to go for that. You will have to go by what you are convinced, about what your lifestyle, what is the food and other things to take, what is the work you are doing, how you are going to give the maximum of yourself, the attention to that particular work that is going to be the great. This is what it was said about. But it says, because that is when we are not able to identify, he gives you continuously, he gives you the propulsion to identify that. That is Jagrati. Yeah, Supteshu Jagrati, he is always awake. When you are sleeping, he is awake. The Paramatman or the consciousness is awake. That's why, because he is able to give you the, see, because they say, you should have a great dream to achieve that. How the great dream comes? Who gives the great dream? Because you are in sleep, because your consciousness is just been there and your body and all the faculties are in a dormant stage. But then it gives you, the flashes of, the dream, which you can pick up and achieve it to be a goal. And the goal becomes some sort of a, the focus. And from the focus, when you give the attention, you will be able to do the great work. All the masters have achieved the great work because of the focus that they were able to get by virtue of a continuous, because what we call the Nitidhyasana, Shravana, Manana, Nitidhyasana, and Shravana is hearing so many things, listening to that. So many people will give so many ideas. Manana is regurgitate, try to find, because which is, what are all your capabilities? What are all your strengths, SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats? What is your weakness? What is your opportunity? What is your limit? You should know where you will have to end. You will not be able to take up certain things because you are not trained, or because you will have to gain further sort of a knowledge as well as a skill in that. Once you do that, and once you do the SWOT analysis, because which I can do it effectively, which I can contribute effectively, which is not my area, because as a person of sort of a person who has done something in a non-scientific thing, he can't be put into a laboratory to do the research, or a scientist can't be put into sort of administration and to do all other things, in which you will not be, because his focus is totally different. He's able to apply his perception and the sharpness of the mind, which is required for his job. But what is required for the job? That's why we do have various form of the job. Blue collar jobs are there, white collar jobs are there, and as well as research type of jobs are there, and the productivity oriented jobs are there, and each one has got a different set of requirements. So likewise, we should understand, where our potential is there accordingly, because it has to be applied. This is what, and then what it says is once you understand, as you go about, as you go on searching for, the greatness and as well as the happiness, in this world, finally you will rally around, come after having all the experiences, that is to know your own strength, know yourself, how to put yourself into a great work. That is what Sukteshu Jagrati Kamam Kamam Purusho Nirmamana. Because once you get that, Tadeva Shukram, because that who gives that? The one who gives that, he is the one, is the brightest, and he is without any iota of sorrow or anything like that. Tad Brahma, that is, because he is called Brahma, Brahma in the sense, because the highest, Bruhu iti Brahma, he is infinite. He is like a horizon, and as you walk and reach the end of the horizon expands further. Tadeva Amrutam Uchyate, because this is what is finally called the infinite expansion of the eternal bliss. The eternal bliss is the one, it's not that you are going to be wallowing in happiness and because sipping your cup of tea and in the cup of whatever you want and eating. It's not like that. It is the state in which you don't need anything without any sort of a trigger. You will be able to be happy. Neither happiness nor sorrow or anything is not going to make. It is the one where it is a sort of a neutral state. The neutral state, because now it is one in what we call it in the quantum computers, they are all calling it a qubit, because we used to have 8-bit computers, 64-bit computers, and 128-bit computers, and all 256-bit computers, supercomputers. Now they want qubit. And a qubit is it takes it is all transportating. It is all the transporting the entire, because the knowledge into that, because once you are getting into that, that is a transcendence. Once you know that is someone who is awake in you, till then, because once you understand that, your sleep will go off. You will also become awake. Yeshu supteshu jagrati, only when you get up. So that is what it says. And he is the one who is always awake. He is awake, because when you are doing something, when you are not doing something, when you are giving attention to all unwanted things, he is still there. He is giving you the flashes of propulsion, triggers, but you are not able to catch it. But to catch it, you will have to get to the internal journey. Internal journey is a dhyana, meditation, Shravana, Manana, Nitidhyasana, because this is what it is a reflection. It is not that you have to go. Whatever work you are doing, try to do. Why I am doing is what is the purpose of that? Am I going to do them? How can I do better? Because am I doing, because am I wasting more resources and time on this? How can I do course correction? You can do it. All these things, because these are all required for all the startups, all the entrepreneurs, all the people, who are at the higher realm, echelons of the corporate world or elsewhere or the country, who are running, or who even otherwise in our own family, in our own decision, how am I to going to manage? You've got so many demands of you, because you'll have to file the forms, you'll have to file the income tax, you'll have to take care of your possessions, you have to take care of the resources, you have to comply with so many things, as well as you have to take care of your health, you'll have to take care of your food, all other things, and you'll have to manage so many things, so many pressures and pulls that will be coming about in the normal life. These are all one which once you are able to do that, and I think you will be able to see the light, right light, and then you will be able to accordingly do it excellently. Not only that, nothing will affect you, because you will be able to find, whenever there is an obstruction, you will find a course correction. You will find, what is the next thing to be done. Because things are changing. Because you can't be having the same knowledge, what you had 20 years before and operate in the world. You will have to update the knowledge. And the new rules are coming, new laws are coming, as well as new compliances are coming. You will have to update yourself. As well in the social life also, what you are having a social life, it is not something different, because now it is all atomic families, because they are all spread out and you will have to adopt yourself. So this is exactly this continuous, because it gives the focus, it gives you a practical wisdom, propelling you to the transcendent bliss. The immanent, once you know who is inside and who is, as well as the transcendent, who is in you and who is outside ever you, and because the power, because who has put everything in the order, the disorder also, because finally you have to put an order. Disorder also has got a chaos, has got an order. The out of the chaos only, because the from the cosmic dance takes place, and because that Big Bang and all, it's all a cosmic chaos. It takes place. Out of the chaos, there comes, something which comes. And this is the paradox. It is not that always everything is hunky dory and the garden of roses and everything will come. Everywhere, that will be there. This regurgitation will be there. This is called birth and death, because this every time, because there is a destruction and there is a reconstructions and the restitution, it goes on. So is the soul. But so is, even though the soul is sort of a transcendent, it is ever there and all, it takes various forms depending upon the conditionalities it has occurs in the world. That is what is being talked about. That is why, because we will take, because that particular person who is always awake in us, so that, finally we have to giving our attention to that, we will also become awake. we will also become wiser. We will also become try to wade through the world in a wonderful way. We don't have to be stuck anywhere. And we have got a straightforward way and we will be able to do it. This is what has been brought about. Tasmin loka shitaha. Because the entire thing, what you are thinking, because you are going to do, it's all within his command and control. The power, consciousness is going to command. Whatever you will be doing, someone, because if you are going to deal with the person, he is also having the consciousness, because he will also be able to get the same wisdom what you are having. Depending upon the quality of the wisdom and the person's action, because depending upon that, one will be able to get the benefit of, because their own action and all. This has been brought about very nicely, in this particular mantra. And as we go about, we are going to see. Good morning, Prabhuda. Welcome. See, now we are going to see the most important mantra of 2.2.9, 2.2.10, and 2.2.11. All the three mantras, we will have to take it in tandem. This is the mantra, which gives sort of, how, why, because when the world, when there is a immanent and transcendental, only, because Parabrahman or consciousness is there. But there are so many differences, because so many differences in species. So within the species also, even the human beings, we do have so many varieties of people, so many varieties of qualities, so much of chaos. What is the reason for all these things? This is going to be explained beautifully, because in this following three mantras, we will be seeing 2.2.9, because it is in your page 112, 113 and all. Agnir yatako bhuvanam pravishtaha. Agnir yatako bhuvanam pravishtaha. Bimba, because this is the one which says the Agni fire. The fire, it takes the various form. Bhuvanam pravishtaha. Bhuvanam pravishtaha. Bhuvanam is the world. Agni yatako. Yatako is yatako. His Agni is a quality, the Chaitanya. For instance, when you take a matchstick has got the configuration on the matchstick, but then when you rub it, against the phosphorus coated, the surface, it comes. Likewise, in the yajna also we talked about, because the two pieces of wood, when it is being rubbed against each other, the fire is inside. We are not able to see because that is transcendental, immanent. It is there, but we are not able to see that. Likewise, because it is Agni, it is a Chetana, because it is a quality. The Agni in your kitchen is different, and Agni in your fireworks is different, and Agni in your heater is different, and Agni in your furnace is different, Agni in elsewhere is different. And the forest fire is taking place, that Agni, because it all takes the form in which it is there. You put a camphor, with Agni, and it burns, with a smell now. And incense, you put it, it gives you a wonderful odor, because it gives you the wonderful incense all through and all. Likewise, it takes the form of the jada material which comes in, but it is a Chaitra. But that is, because it takes various forms. Its amsas are there everywhere and all. Agnir yatako bhuvanam pravishta rupam rupam pratirupo bhava. Because it takes the rupam, because when you put a camphor, it sublimates, because it gives you a wonderful, because the flame, with which, you can do whatever arati or anything you want to do, because you can use it as a repellent also. And likewise, incense, you are doing it, you can do that. So Agni in the sense, because it is originally, because if you consider it to be the original fire, which is supposed to be a Chaitra, it's a Devata, but when it comes, it takes the Amsa everywhere. In kitchen, when you are cooking, because it takes a different form, because whether you are cooking with the firewood or gas or anything like that, it takes. And when you are doing it in a temple or, because of a puja, it takes a different shape. And when you are doing it in an industry, because in a furnace, it takes it some. But whereas in the forest, it catches fire. Where the fire is there, fire is not to be seen. But when they rub, because when the wind is there, it is able to create. That is a Chaitanya. It comes, it takes the form of, the forest, the trees, woods, and all it. So likewise, he is unknown, but, because it is all available here. In this world, he has many Amsa forms. Corresponding to this, there are forms. Similarly, the God within all beings is one. Paramatman, transcendental, immanent, he is the one. He has many Bimba forms. In the sense, because this is a concept. So the one of the concept in Advaita is, he is a form and he is nothing but Neha Nanasti Kinchana we have seen. He has taken the form, why I am different, from someone else. Why I am different from someone else? Because my vasanas, my sattva, rajasa, and tamasa, the conditionalities, and my vasanas, because of that, it has taken this form. And the same thing, it has taken the form, because in some elephant in the forest, and it has also taken some worms, because in the ground. It has also taken, because it all depend upon, because it is, they say it's all, we are all reflection, pratibimba. That is, because one of the arguments, one of the forms, given in our scriptures also, that is, you are always reflecting, because the amsa of in which, because, the one insentient features also, they are all having they are all jivas, they have got the life, they have got, and humans, we have got, and each one of us are different in size and shape. Some of us are lanky and tall, some of us are short and dark, some of us are fair and I think, because little build up. And likewise, you go to other countries, it's all taking the shape of not only your vasana, treasure trove of your chitta you have carried, as well as the sattva, rajasa, and tamasa qualities which is inbuilt into you. So taking that into account, because they're all doing, they're all being reflected like that. So it's all reflection even in Advaita, because but it is only being said the reflection, because the upadhi is the body. Body is supposed to be the one which reflects. And body is a upadhi is a medium that is like a mirror. But if you just take out the mirror, and unless there is a bimba, you will not have a pratibimba. That's why they say it is oneness. The oneness they say, because if the bimba is there only, the pratibimba will be there. That is why, because it is through the medium, upadhi they call it. Upadhi is the body is the mirror. Because of the mirror, you take it as a reflection. But, because forget about it, because the mirror will be able to reflect only if the bimba is there. That is why, because they bring oneness they are bringing. Whereas, the other way, theistic philosophy like Tattvavada and other, they say it is a bimba pratibimba, because unless the pratibimba will not have the same qualities. Even Advaita doesn't say, because you become one means, you don't become omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. You get the qualities. No one can become as powerful, because as the original bimba. But only thing is that the oneness or the bimba pratibimba vada, because that is very common in our scriptures. So it is basically we are all bimba and pratibimba. This is what it is happening. Even the animals are pratibimba, because that is particular amsa of the God. But as such, we have to remember the one word, Neha Nanasti Kinchana. In any of the amsas, in any of the things, there is no difference between the Paramatman or consciousness, they appear as it is. Even antas are antas are also that immanent, because the self, as Advaita says, and it also says. So therefore, similarly, the God within all beings is what that we know that. The Yesavasha Upanishad onwards, we have been seeing that. Vijigupsate, we have seen, because Sarvabhutanam Vijigupsate is unseen, but it is there, everyone is the life force. Corresponding to that, there are many pratibhimbas, because that is what it is being argued. God is the regulator of, irrespective of the fact. He is the one who is awake, as we have seen. He is giving you the ability to do everything and all, and he is the one who is giving it. And since the Bimba Pratibimba relation is explained by a simile in this verse, the next verse and all, because Bimba Pratibimba is nothing but, because what they say, in a reflected light, water, in the medium of water, it will have a wobbling, because if there is a sort of, but if it reflects on a mirror, it will be reflecting over in the trees. When the sun is shining, it is on the trees. So likewise, because we will also be seeing, one simile here. The original light doesn't have any sort of it gives its full power, because it is our ability to take it and our ability to reflect it depends upon the medium. For that only, if it is a mirror also, we want to take out, all the dust that is clogged on the mirror so that we are able to reflect. How we will be able to do? While we will be able to have more sattva qualities, the clarity of the mirror will be there. The more sattva, and you are almost, because all of us will have to have all the three qualities at any point of time. It is not that we will be 100% sattva. Having taken this human flesh and body, flesh and bones, we will have to have all the three qualities. So once it is there, the more the sattva, the more clarity will be there. And once you have a higher clarity, then the light will pass through the consciousness, because it will pass through and it will be crystal clear. You will be able to reflect the so quality of, because your entire, because the soul, will be so bright. Tat Brahma, Tat Shukram, because you will almost have the same qualities, but you will not become that, but you will be like that. That will give you the higher clarity. And the higher clarity means what we talked about, bliss. The bliss is, because the eternal bliss is not something, which is only happiness and all or sorrow. It is irrespective of happiness and sorrow, it will always be in a state of without any reason in the wonderful, blissful, unshakable happiness. That happiness in the sense, it is a sort of a state in which nothing matters. Happiness will not be manifested. Sorrow will not be manifested. Indifference will not be manifested. Everything you will be as it is, because you know what is the purpose. You got it, because that is the happiness. More you get into there is also various levels. That's what we have been talked about. So it is like rupam pratirupa bhavati ekas tata sarva bhutan tantaratman. He is the one who is there in everyone. Ekas tata sarva bhutan antaratma rupam pratirupa bahischa. One who is inside us, he manifests outside in different form, in the different amsas, based on the reflecting capacity of every medium. We are all medium. The body is a medium. We have seen, we are not the body. Ekadasha Puram. Because he is a resident in this. It's a kingdom of God. We have come here. And, because we are possibly here once, because the residency is out, we will be out of this body. Ekadasha Puram. And he is the king, and he has got, all these, because Abhimana Devatas who are looking after the entire, so they have got their assigned jobs to do, to take care of that. So all the facilities, because your maintenance is taken care of, your power, energy is taken care of, your supplies are taken care of. They are all the Abhimana Devatas. And we are resident here, Ekadasha Puram. And once it is there, when the time comes, we will be going out of this. And we do not have any sort of a right to be residing here. This is what, because we have seen. Having known that this is not our, when it is, we know, because this is the medium, why, how it has become a medium. The quality of the medium is depending upon your conditionalities as well as vasanas, how much, because you have acquired the sattvic qualities in this life. This has been brought about, and Pratibimba is the one that is dependent on the Bimbas. It can't become a similar, it is similar to Bimba to some degree, but it doesn't become, likewise, the sun's rays when it comes, the sun's rays, and the power of the sun's rays, we are able to have the solar power. But the same power, because why it's able to give the solar power? Because you have got the medium, solar panels are there. Solar panels, because which are made of special materials, and therefore it is able to catch the sun's power and give it the power. But whereas same, a stone doesn't give. Stone can't give it. It doesn't have the quality. Likewise, the medium in it has been brought about to see it is not only the simple thing to understand is not only immanent in us, is transcendent. And one of the reasons why he is when it is transcendent, he appears in different forms and different shapes, different sizes, and different creatures. It is all because he being having come into, he sees the conditions and conditionalities of each medium and conditionalities of insentient being also how it is being reflected. We have also seen 2 months earlier, 2 months ahead, we have seen, depending upon our karmas, how it has been annulled. It is not always sure that we may take, we can't be gay abandoned to think that we will be again be human beings. Not necessary. Depending upon the qualities of our own, because the karmas as well as vasanas, we may take any other form. It is not a pejorative because it depends upon, like animals have got the equal right to live in this world, and they have also equal dignity to live in this world and in the way they are in, they will also be like that. So many insentient. That's why that mantra said some of them may become a plants, some of them may become minerals, some of them may become animals. Depending upon that, this is what it says is. So knowing that, having come into the one who is always awake in you, and he is guiding you and giving the flashes of because the perpetuity is giving you the flashes so that you can focus on doing a great work during this lifetime. Why don't you do that? Just for the purpose of recap, he talked about because four type of work. One is a bad work, one is a indifferent work, one is a good work, another is a great work. The bad work is the one because which you do without any attention, just because, and you are not bothered when someone is going to get hurt. You are just because I have to get it in the queue, you just bypass the queue and go and take your thing and all, because that's like it, like so you will go on doing that because you think I will have to get everything because I can't be deprived of that. You do that, that is a bad work. Neither you will only be getting that momentary, but then you will also be not happy. You got it in the right way. Now you will also be causing hurt to others. Indifferent work is because you go on doing because like babus in the office, they just go 9 to 5, whatever is there just they do it. They are not bothered whether someone is going to be affected by the procrastination, or because some projects are going to be delayed because they have not put up the file in time, or they have not taken proper action. That is indifferent work. And good work is them because you will go on doing it. Yes, this is I will have to do. Sincerely, I will have to do. You will be going on doing it, but aimlessly, because that is jnana. Jnana is not there. Like bhakti, you will be doing it. Bhakti without jnana is directionless. Jnana without bhakti is useless. You may have, because if it is done, that is good. If it is, but you don't have, because the dedication. At the Sai Baba temples, there is Shraddha and Saburi. Shraddha. Without Shraddha, nothing will happen. Shraddha, you are not going to get anything under. Shraddha is required. You may have saburi, because likewise, the patience when you are doing whatever you are doing, when you identify what is the focus, patience in the sense trying to find what you are capable of. You will not be doing the job, in which you don't have any expertise. You will find what is your strength, and in which you will be able to do much better. You will be able to give the full benefit of your entire skill and knowledge to that work, and you will be doing it so that others will also get the benefit of it. That is the great thing. That great work is the one which has to propel us. So the all these mantras, what they are doing, okay, because once you get your condition, once you go on, because focusing on what is possible to us and all, what is how I can do the best thing, and instead of doing, because he said in WhatsApp, you may get 100 different suggestions. You go on doing it. If you say it is good, and if you take, this is, if you do this, this will go off and all. It is for you to decide. You should know your body, and if you go to, as I said, in a buffet, you will have to know which is the dish you will have to pick up. You can't pick up, something out of attraction and something out of, because someone else is picking up, and you will have to find what is good for you. What is good and what is nourishment for you, because which is not going to, because give you any sort of a trouble, because you will have to take that, because you are able to digest, and you will have to able to calmly, because do whatever you want, you will be able to focus. That's what is required. Because this is, in fact, because what we are going to see, because what we have seen and what we are going to see is how, because the immanent, one who is awake, constantly propelling us to do the great things, and how we will have to identify what is the right thing we will have to do, because by focusing internally, in the sense, trying to find our own strength and full dedication is your bhakti. More you dedicate yourself to anything you are giving, that is the bhakti. And then, with the divine spiritual, because quotient with that, you will not get any sort of a binding on that, bondage on that, because you will not get any sort of a karma bandhana on that. It is like a nishkama karma. Without expectation, when a nishkama karma, it's not that, you do it with full focus, you try to give the best so that it does it, because it's not that you don't find any transactional benefit out of that, you do it. So once you do that, because then it also doesn't affect you, doesn't affect you, as well as it gives you the ability to do the great work. And once you get a focus, much better focus, once great focus is there, you will form, you will become such a propeller, you will be able to create an organization of a sort, and you will be able to get the people around you, or you may be able to do in your own way, because what you wanted to do all along, and what you have seen, because some of the things which could have happened has not happened, you could become a trigger to make it happen. So making it happen is the highest thing, any part of the, in any walk of the life, be it politics or corporate world or personal world, personal life, anything and all, to make it happen, the great thing, which is not only going to be helpful to you, it is going to have a ripple effect to others who will also be able to derive the benefit. This is the sum and substance of this week's. We have got two more mantras to go along with that. Like Agni Yatako Bhuvanam Pravishta, we have got, because two more mantras similar thing, Vayu Yatako Bhuvanam Pravishta, as well as, Suryo Yata, one more mantra is there. These three mantras will give you the gist of life, how we will have to lead. And not only that, they will give how we can, because mistake ourselves to be something different from what we are. That is knowing ourselves. Knowing ourselves in the sense, Swarupa Jnana, what we call it, and who am I, because you can call otherwise. All these things, once you know that, you will be a wonderful being in this world to live, not only for yourself, for the entire world. You will be the citizen of the world, and you will be enjoying the world. World will also enjoy having you. With this, we will see the highest concept is going to come about in Kathopanishad next week. With this, we will conclude today's session. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति